Welcome back from the break. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Our big focus this hour, Chinese tech company Oppo has released a new ad. The advertisement has come under fire on social media. Not only is the Chinese company promoting its phones, but the ad is also promoting firecrackers amongst children amidst the rising pollution levels in Indian cities. And while India is coming up with eco-friendly ways to celebrate Diwali, such as cow dung lamps, which were recently mocked by China, China is promoting firecrackers, many of which are made in China. Not only is Oppo ignorant about the environmental concerns, but it's also desperate, it seems, to promote its products in India and is looking to boost sales during Diwali with such emotional ads at a time when the boycott China chorus is reverberating in India. Joining us to analyze this story further is Harish Bijur, a brand guru. Mr. Bijur, welcome to NewsX. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Mr. Bijur, my first question to you is on this ad. What do you make of it? Is this irresponsible advertising at a time when Delhi and many other cities are seeing very hazardous AQI levels, to have an ad which literally promotes firecrackers and air pollution? And that too by a Chinese company, surprise, surprise.
Well, the fact is that we live in very sensitive times. And these are sensitive times economically, politically, sociologically, socially, and even ecologically. So in these times, to promote firecrackers may not be a great thing. But then the flip side of it is, there could be yet another company which says, don't use firecrackers. And that company could be getting into trouble as well. So you can't do right, you can't do wrong. The best thing to do is stay neutral, and the best thing to do is not involve yourself in anything to do with religion, politics, and festivities which are traditional and local.
So you believe it's smart advertising not to delve into religious domains or festive domains of festivals per se?
I think so. Because look at it this way. If you look at Oppo, and if you look at, this very long creative, which is meant for digital, obviously, which really talks about getting more Indian than Indian. So I think, there is a hard plus play, a very hard pressed play for a lot of Chinese origin companies to look more Indian than Indian even. And to that extent, out here we have a brand, and the brand is really saying that, firecrackers and getting into kids, getting into terrains which it mustn't get into. At the same time, it looks very Indian and, in fact, more Indian than Indian. So I think, when you're pressed to do these kind of things, you err. My advice, typically to brand marketing companies, whether origin be India or China or the US, just don't touch these terrains of religion, politics, and festivals, which are very personal to the people who actually celebrate.
Do you also believe, Mr. Bijur, that somewhere there is a connect between this Chinese company promoting its own product, but also promoting firecrackers, which are also made in China? Most of the firecrackers in India are also made in China. So this is a double Chinese advertisement, it seems, happening in one ad only.
Okay, I'm not going to be uncharitable to the brand. And I'm not going to say that Oppo is trying to actually link backwards to Chinese firecrackers, maybe of the green kind or whatever kind, and promote it. I'm not going to be unkind. But consumers have a way of connecting the dots. So a marketer must be cautious, clever, and suave to ensure that consumers don't make such comments as is being discussed just now. I personally don't think Oppo is attempting that, but the language, tone, tenor, decibel, the word China, the word India, I mean, these are all contentious words at this point of time.
So this is the last thing they would have wanted.
Them carefully.
At a time when it's anyways a very contentious word, as you said, China, and it's a Chinese brand, they should have handled this, carefully. They should have been smarter, perhaps, than to wade into another controversy. Perhaps this should have been double checked in a way.
Absolutely, and I would say this is a China origin company. Let's say, some kind of an origin. Possibly Oppo is assembled here, made here, etc. But leave alone Chinese companies. We could even talk Indian companies. There could be Indian companies which could be getting into trouble because they're meddling with the festivities of the local masses. If you look at Twitter today, I mean, some of the trending topics are all about this, to say that, hey, listen, guys, don't meddle with Diwali, don't meddle with Deepavali, don't talk to us about not using firecrackers.
Yeah.
One argument that. And the other argument is the ecological one, the atmospheric one, to say that air quality is really going bad and we must be careful. So I think both these forces will face one another, and this face-off eventually results in tussle, and the kind of tussle that we are discussing just now.
Because also there's a certain responsibility that advertisers have as well, that brands have as well. Isn't that correct, Harish Pijur? And obviously at a time when we are seeing a lot of ecological damage, we're seeing a lot of pollution all around us, particularly in the north of India, that brands also should have a responsibility, in what they propagate and what they say and what they don't.
Yes, I think brands are very responsible entities, and they should be. In fact, you will find that with the older generation brand-oriented companies, and older generation brand-oriented companies are typically the FMCGs. They've gotten cautious over the years after facing a fair bit of flack. And then there is, of course, this movement of woke, which really says that, hey, listen, we need to be 2 steps ahead of the consumer. Even that is a problem, believe it or not, because when people are coming out and saying, don't use firecrackers, those very people are being targeted and are being told that it's not for you, dear brand, to meddle in custom, tradition, and festivity.
Yeah.
So I think, as I said, you can't do right, you can't do wrong, but brands must be careful, and brands are responsible entities. My advice, very simple one, stay away from it all.
Okay, and also the fact is that there is an advertising agency as well that's checking these ads. There's of course a brand team, there's a marketing team, there's an ad agency. Is it surprising that all of them did not see that this could possibly kick up a storm, given the fact that anyways there has been such a huge storm over Chinese brands and this huge boycott China campaign that's also been run this year itself? It's not that it happened 5 years ago or 2 years ago. It's happened this year itself. And you see such a huge lapse again from a Chinese company.
You're absolutely right. I think the due diligence process that brands, advertising agencies, creative people do in the market is not as thorough as it should be. Oblique branding is strategy. It's extremely important for strategy experts to be in sync with the pulse of the consumer. Obviously, the people who have possibly been behind all this have not had their finger on the pulse of the consumer, particularly in these very sensitive times.
Okay, last couple of questions before we let you go. One, of course, on generally this boycott China campaign as well. Do you believe it has yielded dividends? In terms of people coming out on Twitter and social media wanting to boycott Chinese products. What's been the kind of success of that campaign, in your opinion, that was run earlier in the year?
Well, when I look at the hashtag boycott China, or when I look at the sentiment behind it, it's remained only a sentiment. I don't think it has translated into action. People are still buying made in China products. People are still buying items which have an origin in China. So, and very savvy, clever brand marketing companies have showcased many of these products to be very Indian. And as I said, many of these companies are, bending backwards to look more Indian than Indian. So in the bargain, the hashtag boycott China has only been a hashtag. It works on social media, it cascades on social media, but it's quite likely that it has done just about nothing to actual sales on the ground.
Okay. Finally, then, Harish Bijur, what would be a sensible corrective measure now? To withdraw the ad, to apologize? What should be done?
I think a great thing would be to stop advertising it, which I guess, pulling the plug on the advertising. But a greater thing would be to, think in the future not to attempt these kind of exercises. Anything that tramples on another's toes, one needs to avoid. Because, brands have customers and customers come from different segments. There are some customers who are very pro an item and some anti. So you have to be careful and just stay away from these contentious issues. My advice is stay away at least for the next 2 to 3 years. Stay away from these contentious issues. Because first of all, COVID itself has created a very sensitive environment. Adding to this sensitive environment and fueling debate of this kind, very unnecessary for brands. It's not the job of a brand to enter these terrains. Stay off.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Harish Bijur, brand guru, thank you very much for joining us on NewsX with your perspective on this big story. Let me quickly rope in our other panelists as well. We have Bijon Mishra, consumer rights expert, joining us live. We also have Sumit Peer, political commentator, joining us live on the broadcast. Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, is with us live as well. Bijon Mishra, let me come to you first. Your reaction to now this new storm that Oppo is facing over its crackers ad. Do you believe it's irresponsible advertising?
Well, you see, what my small take is that whatever you promise or you claim, that has to be delivered. And whenever it is any mischievous or misleading kind of a message, there has to be some kind of a regulation to not allow such mischievous, misleading, messages to be conveyed to the consumers. And what I can only understand is that such kind of a creating a kind of a aura and giving some kind of a messaging which is trying to mislead the Indian consumers, who today are quite convinced that we have to boycott, in terms of products from some countries. And it is a kind of a campaign which is building momentum out of citizens' movement. So if it is creating a kind of a take, then let's not allow consumers to get confused and misled. And that is where the regulation comes in. And that is where, the code of conduct also comes in, which the industry practices in a voluntary manner. Like in the Advertising Standard Council of India, they have a code. And in case if they need to change the code to adopt to the changing scenario, they should immediately change that code so that people don't mislead the consumers. And that is very important, so that it is not done in a mischievous way, that people get carried away thinking that it is Indian, and whereas it is not. And then by the time you realize, it may be too late, because you may not be able to retrieve the money which you have paid. And many of us, are today suffering because of that. So we have to understand how quickly and promptly we can build this awareness amongst the citizens and ensure that citizens get the right kind of a choice based on truth, based on honesty, based on, messages which actually empowers the consumer to make an informed choice, and which is very important. This is what my views are in terms of this campaign which is building up.
Indeed. Sumit Peer, in your opinion, is this a complete, self goal by this Chinese brand? It's anyways run into rough weather earlier in the year. With people coming out with a boycott China campaign, and now it's promoting Chinese crackers, because most of these firecrackers are all Chinese. So not only is it promoting 2 Chinese products in one ad, but also it's doing it at a time when AQI levels are at their lowest, and there obviously needs to be some sort of responsibility by brands as well.
I think, Uday, first of all, thanks for having me on your show. There are 5 or 7 quick points I want to make to put I've seen the ad. The point number one is, look, Diwali is not only about firecrackers. It's about we welcome Lakshmi Mata in our homes. It's about puja, prasadam, puja, archana, and lighting. And firecrackers is just one part of it. The ad seems to suggest that Diwali is all about firecrackers and nothing else. Point number two. The ad is depicting that this child will be only and only happy if he gets a box of firecrackers. That even I don't understand, where does this come from, right? The third, point which I find about this is, if you see the ad carefully, you fail to understand what is the product. Product is a mobile phone or it's a firecracker. So the message you are sending to millions of kids watching this ad is that, look guys, if you don't get a firecracker, you didn't have a good Diwali. Again, they are kids, Uday. They don't understand, are crackers good or bad? So that's point number 4. Point number 5 is, when these ads come through, their PR, their advertising, their CMOs, all of people watch this ad. So at the end of the ad, I could not understand what were they trying to promote. Were they trying to promote firecrackers, or were they trying to find mobile phones? So how can your ad pass through so many filters and nobody raises a finger? And now you are a Chinese company. The geopolitics is tough. We're going through a bad patch. Admits that. How does this ad move through all the approval levels and come and hit the screen? Now the last point is, now is it done under design or it's a mistake? Coincidence. How many coincidences can be there? It passes all the levels. You can have a mistake at 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. Even after 10 levels, if you have a mistake, if you say it's a coincidence, well, it is not. And last and the most important part, Uday, it's high time you have a certificate of origin for each and every product. Because if the customer wants to buy this product, he should know it's a made in China, it's a Chinese product, it's an English product, it's an Indian product, it's a British product. High time to come and get that thing incorporated into each and every product which is being sold. This is what I've been trying to say. If you ask me, Uday, I do not think it is a very naive mistake. Coincidence is never true, Uday. Mistake is never true. And in such geopolitical situations, you got it right. That most of the crackers used to come from China. Now, incidentally, people will argue sale pe farak nahi pada. When Chinese imports from China are down by 22 to 25%. That is government's official release data. How can anybody claim that sale pe koi farak nahi pada? If the imports have come down to 22 to 25%, obviously the sales have been impacted to some extent. I don't have the numbers, but they are definitely impacted to some numbers. And it's good you have taken this campaign. Let the people of the country know, let them be aware. And if still they want to buy Oppo, this is their call. We are not proposing or opposing anything, but this, in our national interest, what does my national spirit say? Should I go and pay my money to a Chinese company? If you think your conscience and your heart allows that, go and do it. But my conscience doesn't allow that. I'm not going to do it tonight. I rest my case, sir.
Joyita Basu, is this an irresponsible ad according to you? Is this an ad which shouldn't have come at this time, given that we are facing the air pollution crisis that we are, or is it something that needs to be taken with a pinch of salt?
Well, Uday, to me it appears like the Chinese company is trying to Indianize itself by talking about firecrackers and all. You have to understand it in terms of this is a very sensitive topic at this time of the year. Today only there was a trend on Twitter asking for the boycott of a particular company because in that particular ad that they had shown, which showed that the model is talking about not bursting firecrackers during Diwali. So there was this huge hue and cry that that particular company should be boycotted. Now the thing is, this very talk about firecrackers should be banned during Diwali for one day, for one evening, to a large section of the population, it comes across as something very woke. To come across as liberal and woke. So that is why you are kind of demanding the banning of firecrackers, considering you are not doing anything to, seriously not paying any attention in terms of curbing air pollution. So nothing is going on in that respect. So there is this huge sentiment about that. So this is a very sensitive topic. And if you look across the country, it's a very pro-firecrackers mood. If you look at it, in general, the majority. So what Oppo is doing is that Oppo is trying to appeal to that segment of the people. And herein lies the dishonesty of it. dishonesty, because you see, it is ultimately how many people actually really know that Oppo is a Chinese phone. I totally agree with my previous panelists. In fact, I would say when you're advertising something, it is there you say that made in China. I mean, everybody has their products written made in China, but when you're advertising, you write. Because you see, that hurts our sensibilities as Indians, that you are trying to sell us a Chinese phone at a time when our soldiers are having a face-off with the Chinese soldiers in Ladakh, and they may have to stay there throughout the winter. I mean, that really hurts and this is what I think in terms of not only cultural appropriation, they are trying to Indianize themselves, and basically by appealing to a majority, trying to exploit the majority's feelings, and that is a serious problem.
So they were attempting smart advertising, but it hasn't worked, is what you're saying, Joyita?
Let's put it this way, they could have avoided it. You know, Diwali is, if you're talking about Diwali, you talk about Diwali as a festival of lights. Don't get into the firecrackers debate, because it's a very sensitive debate.
Bijon Mishra, you know, in your opinion,
Yes.
how much progress has this boycott China campaign gathered? There was a big boycott China campaign which was launched earlier in the year. How much of an impact has it
Yes.
had on sales of Chinese products? It's all it's a great emotional pitch. No, it's a great emotional pitch.
Exactly.
But on ground, what kind of impact has it had? That's the big question.
You see, let me tell you, on the ground, like the other day I visited a factory, they had to import a machine from China because they didn't have any other option. But they made sure that all the raw materials are not imported, they're all sourced out from India. And the whole idea is, you see, we as Indians, we want to become Atmanirbhar Bharat. We were highly dependent on China and we were not able to compete with them. But now we are all equipped and geared up to compete. And if we can continue and sustain this, I am sure, you know, the Indian consumers will opt for Indian-made goods and not opt for imported goods. Because if they find that the quality is good, if they find that after-sales service is excellent, if they find the product quality is superb, I am sure the Indian consumers will very soon get hooked to Indian products. And that is what the mission is. And that is what the vision is. And which we had lost in the last 50 years, slowly. You see, what today's, topic which you are talking about, and as I said in my opening remark, people must know, and one of my panel members also very clearly mentioned, that we must know that what is the country of origin of the product. Because that's again a demand which has become mandatory now. We all as citizens want to know where is the product sourced from, and whether I would promote that country's product or not. That should be my choice. I should be empowered to take that choice. And this is where, the role of the industry, the role of the government comes in a very responsible manner. And of course, consumer organizations which are linked with people like us, we would like to take up this issue in a national manner, because all the consumer organizations are together in India to ensure that we promote Indian products and compete on quality, price, on after sales service, and we not only compete in the domestic market, but we also start competing in the global market, where many of our products are now today competing and are able to capture the market which earlier they could not. And this is where, I feel that advertisement also should come out, in a manner that it is responsible, honest, credible, and empowers consumers to take a informed choice. And that is what is very important. And that is what we are trying to promote by the new consumer protection law which has come into place now. You see, the Central Consumer Protection Authority which has come into place. They will all play this role now to ensure that all these kind of advertisements which are deceptive, which are dishonest, they are so-caused that why we should take penal action against them. Like the Indian companies have to face in other countries. So if one country is able to get away by bringing certain regulations in their country against our products, then why can't we do the same thing for other products which are coming into our country? And I think the government has taken a very, very positive role in this direction, and our Prime Minister has given a clarion call in terms of encouraging consumers to promote Indian-made goods and become Atmanirbhar Bharat, in terms of becoming vocal for local. And that is what I think, today's this discussion which we are having is actually leading towards that. And I would like to congratulate NewsX for taking up this kind of issue, because there are a number of similar issues which are happening in the, because of the innocent consumers becoming gullible and becoming deceptive and misled in terms of such advertisements. And I would appeal through you that the Advertising Standard Council of India should also look at it very seriously in terms of amending their code of conduct, which they follow in a voluntary manner in the country, in the interest of our country, in the interest of our industry. So I would definitely like to see a lot of changes happening. And I think NewsX is taking this leadership, which I really want to congratulate and acknowledge.
All right, we've run out of time. My thanks to our guests for joining us. Let's take a very short break. We're back on the other side with lots more. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.